I can't have a suspenseful story with you chewing in the background. What are you doing? Why are you being a weirdo? Many people have been requesting. They need the part 2. I can't leave them on a cliffhanger. Hello everyone, it is a great day today. Today is part 2 of the story when I got robbed. But it was really Hayden that got robbed. It was his stuff. So let's get on with the video. 2023, it was getting close to the new year and Hayden and I were visiting his family. We were in the Nashville area, so that's a few hours away from us. And before we were about to head home, Hayden checked his email because he had been sick. He hadn't been looking at his emails. So Hayden gets an email saying that someone had made a purchase on his PlayStation, but it wasn't with his card. It was with their own card and information. So he was concerned that someone had broken into the house. So sure enough, when we get home, the door is open. So I'm just like, oh no, someone definitely did break in. And they stole Hayden's PS5 and they stole one of our bikes. Are you just going to join us today? Are you sitting in my lap? Oh, I guess she's just sitting in my lap. Okay. We're both very upset at the situation. Ma'am, I just took you on a walk. What you want? What you want from me? Anyways, so we filed a police report, I think the next day, because we had just done a bunch of traveling. So we were tired and yeah, we didn't want to deal with that day. And some I cannot speak today. Some police officers came and we basically just told them what I just told you. And I didn't know if I had a picture of the bike that had been stolen, and no one could remember like what brand it was or anything because we hadn't used them in a while. And so I told them that it looked like the one in the back. It was the same coloring, but it was different. And he said, okay, so it's the one in the back. And I was just like, okay, sure, yeah. So he took a picture and I probably should have just said again, no, it's different, but I was just like, whatever. It's close enough. We also told them about the girl who had been using the PlayStation, and we had her name and address. Surprisingly, they couldn't do anything about that either, which I don't understand. You have the girl's name and address. They looked up her name and they're like, there's this many people that are showing up with that name. We came back home Tuesday. All the other days, I had been kind of paranoid because, you know, someone broke into my house and I wasn't working anymore because my work had been very slow, and so I hadn't been on schedule. So I was home alone with the dog and the cat, and I had also gotten sick from Hayden. So just as he was getting better, I started getting sick, and I think we had the flu. So I was laying in bed and I kept the blinds open because we had a second bike, and I was like, this person will probably come back for this second bike and I want to make sure that I catch them. And I'm glad that I was bedridden because some guy walks into our backyard towards where the bike is. So right after I see him, my dog starts barking and he looks at the window and he sees me, and I go up to the window and I'm just like, what are you doing? And he walks away and keeps like looking back. He came and knocked on my door, and of course I was not gonna answer the door. When I didn't answer, he walked into my neighbor's yard and then started walking around, looking around, and then he turned and walked in the opposite direction down the street. And I didn't call the police because I didn't think there was anything they could do about it, and by the time I called, he would have been gone anyway. Instead, I called Hayden and told him what happened. He was like, why are you calling me? You should be calling the police. And I was like, it's too late. He's gone. Like, they can't do anything. He didn't steal anything. He didn't really do anything besides come in my backyard, which is trespassing. I did take a video, but yeah, they probably still wouldn't have been able to do anything. But I also had the idea to look on Facebook Marketplace to look up our bike and our PlayStation. I looked up the PlayStation first because I didn't remember the brand of the bike. Is it raining? I think it's just really windy. So I looked up PS5 on Facebook Marketplace, and sure enough, it came up with the blue controller and the little external hard drive, whatever it's called. The PlayStation had been sold, and I scrolled like under to see stuff that he was also selling, and he was also selling our bike. And I looked up pictures of our bike on my phone because I found some, and it was the same brand and everything. So I called the police and I told them his Facebook profile. I also told them about the guy that walked in our backyard, and he said he couldn't really do anything about it anyway because he didn't steal anything and he left. So that was annoying because what if he came back? Foreshadowing. The officer also said that we couldn't prove that that was ours. And I was like, same PlayStation, same controller, same little memory thing. Same bike, all by the same person. How can you not prove that? So I found all the pictures I could, and then we called the next day, which was Saturday. But the person on our case was not available. So this lady answered and gave us a link to submit all the photos. So we did. And then Monday comes around. I'm extra paranoid now because someone came into my backyard and I'm home alone again. And I was like, okay, let me go check the window. And I look out the window, and sure enough, there's a guy holding our bike. I immediately snap a picture and then call the police, and I say, someone is stealing my bike as we speak. The lady seemed kind of confused because she was like, okay, how long ago did this happen? And I said, it's happening now. I already told you this. And she said, did you see which direction he went? And I'm like, I don't know. He's driving away right now this way, but I couldn't see which way he turned after that. So the police came. They asked me basically the same thing. And I showed them the picture that I took. Oh, I also asked him about the backyard incident with the other guy. And I said, I think this is the same guy, but I can't tell because he had a mask on. And he said, yeah, we can't really use this because you have to be certain it's the same person. And you can't really do anything about the other guy because he left. So basically the same thing that the other officer told me on the phone, which was annoying. They get in their car and talk and I guess send someone out to go look. They come back and they say, okay, you're good to go. We're gonna leave, whatever. And I call my mom to tell her what's going on. And as I'm on the phone with my mom, I get a knock on my door again and they say, do you want your bike back? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, we caught the guy. So they pull up my bike to the door and they're like, you want to take it inside this time? I'm like, sure. So I brought my muddy bike, muddy rusty bike with a flat tire inside. I don't know how he even rode that thing. He asks if I want to come and like give a statement at the station, and I say sure. And he said, well, do you need a ride? And I said yes, but I can ask my husband if he can give me a ride. So I call Hayden and say we caught the guy. They want me to give a statement. Can you give me a ride? So he comes home from work early to give me a ride. And then like when he's 5 minutes away, the police come back to my door and say, never mind, we got him, we arrested him. You don't need to give a statement anymore. So I'm like, great, my husband just got off of work early for nothing. But thanks, glad you caught him. That was great. So we think it's the same person that stole the PlayStation and everything, but we don't know for sure. We didn't get the PlayStation or the other bike back, which was sad. Oh, also, we were able to get out of our lease early because of the break-ins and because of the company's failure to provide maintenance with certain things after a certain period of time. So we were able to move in with my dad. So now we pay my dad rent. We're saving money, and that is good because we are moving. If you didn't see the last video, we bought the plane tickets and it's very exciting, and I will take you along with that journey too. If you want to know more details on that, you can go in the last video about how we decided to move. But that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and you finally got the solution. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I know it's kind of annoying saying that, but comment if anything crazy like this has happened to you. This is why I'm also eager to move. Yeah, we're super excited. Subscribe if you want to follow along on this journey. And that's it. Do I not know how to end a video? I guess not. Goodbye. This is my thumbnail. This